Hello, this is Liquid Ocelot, and once again I'm back with another tutorial for Vikings War of Clans. And today I'm going to discuss uh, the about Shaman and also the recent updates on Viking War of Clans. As usual, I have a special guest with me, pro player called Fluffington. How are you,
I'm doing well.
Fluffington? Yes, so please take us through this Shaman and also the recent updates related to Shaman, because a lot of new players they don't understand. They think that it's a replacement for heroes, but I think hero is still most important
Yeah.
thing.
Okay. So with the latest update, they added the shaman or shaman, whichever way you want to say it, and these two buildings here. Um, so basically, the game will prompt you to upgrade these buildings. If you haven't done it already, you should probably do it, and it will give you an option to unlock the first shaman. The other one is a cash shop character, so we're not going to talk about that, but it is an option if you're interested. I honestly prefer the free-to-play shaman because I do not want to use money to upgrade the cash shop shaman, as I'm sure most agree with me. So here you see the shaman in all of his glory. I already have some items for him, but that is because I have already played the game for so long that I had additional materials that I did not need for my hero. On the right, you can see his abilities, especially the one on the top, construction. It is really useful. I am currently on 21%, which is the 5th stage upgrade. And talking about the stages, a lot of people were confused on how to get past level 10 on the shaman, and that requires you to go on the second initiation stage of the shaman, and this requires you to be in a clan to be able to access a clan store. Here, once you go into a clan store, you scroll down and you will find Charm of Baggy the Big. It will cost 12,500 loyalty points.
So I'm a bit confused. You get 5 charms or only 1 charm for
You get
12,500
only
loyalty
one, so
points?
it is really expensive to get these. So currently, if you are a free-to-play player and don't have your hero maxed or your town is still under construction, I really recommend you to skip the shaman for now. It is meant for really late game players and cash shop players, pay-to-play players. Currently, they might change the prices later for the items, or you might be able to unlock them out by other means. But currently, it is, especially for new players, this is a ridiculous price, and I do not suggest doing it if you're still working on your town or your hero.
Okay, Fluffington, can you please talk us through about ghosts and why is it so difficult to fuse items for shaman, like the items I saw you fused for shaman for equipment and stuff like that? Its requirement is a bit too high,
Yeah,
don't you
it is
think?
the same reason as for with the charms. Most of the items you need for the materials you need for the shaman equipment are available for everyone, but it requires you to use invader equipment to multiple pieces of invader equipment to create that one shaman piece. So again, if your hero does not have this equipment ready up yet, it is better on your hero than used on the shaman equipment. And as for the ghosts, well, here's one right now. Um, Let me show you. It is a Abyss Guard, one of the new ghosts they released. It is pretty cool that they are introducing a new type of invader. I do like it. But again, as with all the shaman things, let me show you one attack. I have some power energy here, but as you can see, I have nowhere near as enough to keep doing this for a long time here. So even I'm struggling with the shamans right now because I am not a completely pay-to-play player. I'm a kind of a half-time free-to-play player. As you can see, you just attack it normally and you will get something. Let's see what we got. This time we got a booster, but most of the time you will get either boosters or charms. Those are the rune fragments. Excuse me. The rune fragments are made to use runes, and as a theme, as we have here, you need a lot of them. You need a ton of them for actually. A usual drop is 10 fragments per attack. You can sometimes get lucky and get like 100, but still it is like nothing. You need 1,000 to make one rune.
Yes, I think after playing this game for 2 3 months, maybe you can only get capable enough to make some equipment for your shaman, because I think there is some use to the shaman. You have to keep working on it even if you are a newbie, because they improve your production structures just like you mentioned, and also resource yielding also is
Yes,
improved.
it is true. The shaman, it is very useful, but I think the reason they made them so difficult is to keep it balanced for especially late game players, because they would get a lot of power all of a sudden if it wasn't difficult. It is just frustrating for newer players, I'm sure, because it's so difficult. Quickly, let me show you something ridiculous, and it is the shaman knowledges. This is why I recommend working on your town first, because this is what I need for level 7 shaman speed. Look at the amount of those resources I need to use and the amount of time. I do not have my production items or knowledge learning items on right now, so this would be less, but it's still a ridiculous amount of time that you need to put into it.
And gold, 640 gold, I think this is worth if you are buying a gold pack for 10 or $5 even then you have to spend like $200 or $300 to buy this upgrade, I think, just for
It depends.
via gold.
Yeah, it depends on what sort of shop, what your shop is like. It is very personal. It is different for everyone, but this is, as I was saying, ridiculously expensive. I would never pay this much gold to upgrade this knowledge. And you have to remember, this is only the first tree here. See, then we have to unlock these. I'm sure these are just as expensive or even more expensive to only get usual runes. This is why I was saying you should work on your town first. Even I am someone who's played this for a while already. I'm struggling with these. I would be able to work on these, of course, but I have other more important things to upgrade. The only reason I'm upgrading this one is because the level 6 upgrade is not as expensive and you get a higher sustained attack, but I am not going to do the level 7 upgrade. No way I'm doing that for now. It is a waste of resource if you still need to work on your town, I would say.
Okay, Fluffington, can you take us through the equipment that you built for the shaman, and also talk about what equipment is best for recommended equipment for the shaman?
For that, we will have to go to the workshop, see equipment, shaman's equipment. Some of these have multiple options and some of them don't. Let's start with the helmet. It is 2 options. With my shaman, I went for combat stat boosts, so I went with the Mask of Power for the health and warrior capacity. But if you are someone who needs construction speed, which is always good, or lumber production, or if you have the option of making both, which is great too. Um, Both of them are really good. Mask of Power is basically combat, and Mask of Valor is for construction, lumber production, march speed. It's basically like yielding and so on. Let's see armor then. There's two options here as well. I went with the Mysterious Rope myself, again for combat reasons. Melee offense, as I said, melee is what I use in an earlier tutorial because it is cost efficient, and here it gets another boost again. It's great. All troop defense, march speed. This is a really great item, but it needs so many other items to create it that these are all invader items that you need to create. Sword of Vengeance, Brown Helmet, Bone Dagger. It is really expensive, but if your hero is already well equipped and you have these materials, go ahead. It is a great item. Same with the Predator's Cloak. Again, it is the alternative. Food production, training speed, warrior capacity, march speed, all great bonuses. It just depends on which one you want. If you want production, go with the Predator's Cloak first, and if you want combat, Mysterious Rope first. And then we have weapons. It is pretty much the same thing here. There's usually some sort of boost, learning speed here, and this one is all troop defense and cavalry offense this time. So this one I actually choose. The weapon choice I have is a Rod of Wisdom because I hyper farm stone, so the stone production is great for me. Entire 30%, not bad.
Fluffington, can you tell me, I am having problem for finding laurel leaves because the Centurion invaders are nowhere to be found on the map. They were available like 2 weeks ago, but only for 24 hours. And the Averin Ober invader has those, but they also have so many other things that you are going to be very lucky to if you attack them, or maybe you yield resources from Ober invader, you get laurel leaves. How will you get laurel leaves? And also the Centurion coffer, of rare materials and stuff, random materials, when you buy that, there is a chance you might not get it because it's very difficult. So it's a problem, I think, in upgrading these equipment as well, that you need these laurel leaves.
Okay, so basically how invaders work in the game is there's certain invaders and now ghosts as well for a certain amount of time on the map, and then they will be refreshed and there will be new ones. I am not quite sure on the order and the time it takes to well, the time is obvious because, like, for example, the Uber invaders will be, let's say, it's time left 1 day and 5 hours, and then it will be the next one. I'm just not sure on the order. And sometimes they have events, I think, on their Facebook page, actually, where you can vote for an invader that will show up for 1 day. That was the Centurion you were talking about that showed up for 24 hours. It was voted as an invader that would, like, be there for a day again. Basically, how it works is you just have to wait until your invader is on the map. But he will be there eventually.
Okay, thank you so much, Fluffington. That was very great information that you shared with us regarding shamans and the recent updates surrounding that. Thank you so much. I'll be signing off. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to visit Fluffington's YouTube channel. I have posted the link in the description box. Check it out. He makes Rainbow Six Siege content and is a pro player there as well, so don't miss out on that. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be signing off.